where they live, government has always and continues to place the interests of the people at the heart of service delivery. For the first time, government has provided free education, where $370 million has been set aside towards tuition fees for students between Forms 3 to 7. The aim of this major exercise is to ensure that all Fijians have access to free education and that no child is left out.
Now it's up to the parents to make sure that they send their children to school. The government has done the best they could. You know, that's a great help to parents. And if, the way I look at it, you know, if a child fails, there's no excuse at all. No excuse at all.
I feel it's one of the main important initiatives that government has really come out with, that has really helped the grassroots people in focusing and making sure every school-age children attend school.
To remain connected to the internet, 24 telecentres have been established to connect more than 77,000 Fijians in Vanuatu, Ovalau, Kandavu and Viti Levu. The one laptop per child policy is also paving the way to bridge the digital divide to all students around Fiji's 700 primary schools.
As you all know that this is the world of technology, and one laptop per child is very handy for all the children at the moment.
For us, all the classes have a session in the one laptop per child initiative, which means every class must have one of the sessions up there in a week.
We have seen a lot of changes in the attitude of the children. As soon as they go inside the IT lab, they are committed, and once you find them in the classroom, gone are those days when children sit in the classroom and the teacher teaches them and they look at the blackboard, and now they want to do a lot of hands-on activities. So this one laptop per child initiative by the government is really working, doing a great deal for us teachers, helping a lot for us. Yeah.
Other newer initiatives also include the establishment of infant schools around the country, in addition to bus fare subsidies for children who come from low-income earning families. It's investments like these that are connecting thousands of families to essential services, which is a basic, fundamental human right. To boost economic growth, improving the network and quality of Fiji's roads has been at the heart of government's priorities and is beginning to link thousands of Fijians.
Our progress, we were aiming to be at around $220 million spend level by the end of June. We came in just under that, but still very happy with progress, hitting most of our targets. Progress on our major works, we've had a huge amount of positive feedback about, and that really just showcases the changes we are trying to bring as the new FRA organisation.
With a population of over 866,000 people, a total of $474 million has been set aside, and work undertaken by the Fiji Roads Authority has witnessed the creation of bridges which are linking villages and farmers to main highways, all part of ensuring that agricultural crops are transported to markets. The provision of bus services and carriers to routes once inaccessible is paving the way for many of Fiji's rural dwellers, in addition to the upgrades to rural roads and the maintenance of jetties.
Since this government came, the Prime Minister, he helped us so much. Unbelievable. We never thought, even the dream that might one day we get the road like this. Especially for the farmers, because we are not rich people here, you know. The farmers are very poor. But just since the road came in here, we are very proud, and we thank the Prime Minister, Mr. Voreng, for that.
In total, communities within the 14 provinces of Fiji have witnessed major infrastructural upgrades, ranging from farm access roads to Irish crossings and jetties, all part of ensuring that Fijians remain connected to the transportation grid. With investment to health an essential priority, the need to modernizing Fiji's health system continues to be at the forefront of development.
There's a lot more to come as we increase our capacity, our human capacity of doctors and nurses and our allied health workers such as dentists and lab x-ray technicians, health inspectors, and that with this infrastructure we need new hospitals because we are filled to capacity with very antiquated infrastructure. There's a lot of modernization, retrofitting being undertaken. However, the government has committed itself to well over $30 million in developing other facilities.
With $222.4 million budgeted, Fiji's health sector has seen a massive change and the decentralization of its services to health centers in both the rural and urban centers. What this means is a reduction of longer lines at major hospitals, less travel costs incurred by the public to travel long distances, and ensuring that nurses and doctors attend to the needs of the sick. For the first time, Fiji's medical services has branched out to involve its first ever floating hospital, a boat that will for the first time serve the needs of Fiji's maritime provinces. This is the first for Fiji and a first for the Pacific.
So the maritime areas will be widely served in northern Laos, southern Laos, and shortly that the Yasawas will also receive a vessel which will be on constant rotation to address the issues of the islanders. Whilst we're doing that, we are developing NCD bus facility for the north, for the Vanuatu, which will be launched in the next 1 month or so. So like what it's doing in Suva and in the Central Division, we extend our services of outreach, outreach to the people of Maduata, Takanrove and Bua.
With continuous upgrades and developments taking shape within the health sector, the recent opening of the Navua Hospital is testament to government's commitment to the people in ensuring that they have access to better, improved services. In land development, $5 million has been set aside to fund the Land Bank program, all part of promoting the productive use of unused land. A program that sees the renewal of expired leases to ensure the returns for landowners.
We doesn't have any money to buy the land, so government has bought this land and give it to us to stand for the lease. It's very thankful to government.
The local government paid in their premium. It's about $7,000.
Since its creation, 5,882.5 hectares of idle land have been deposited with the Land Bank. $750 million worth of investment injected into Fiji's economy. 64 landowning units have deposited their land with the Land Bank. And as of May this year, $4,586,653 has been paid to landowners. From the usage of idle lands, this has led to the creation of 4,388 hectares of economically usable land. 19 investors have utilized lands, raking in a total of $750 million worth of investment. It has opened access roads, and along these newly constructed roads, businesses have opened up as well.
All of us have seen that there is development all around Fiji. And I believe there are two key factors here which allows this development to take place or for us to move forward. Number one is it's been inclusive, as I've mentioned. There's no discrimination whatsoever. Everybody is treated as one. And the second important point is that this development that we're going through, they are not politicized. There's no political element in it. What counts is the welfare of the people.
Given its contribution to gross domestic product and employment creation to more than 200,000 people, government through the Sugar Ministry has left no stone unturned as it strives to strengthen the industry through the upgrading of all mills to increase mill capacity and efficiency, improvements to the mill's transportation system to reduce cost of cutting cane, modernizing farming methods to improve farm productivity. This has resulted in a revitalized industry where $2 million has been allocated for the upgrade of cane access roads to ensure consistent supply of cane to mills, where farmers have been assisted in cane planting and improvement of production levels, government providing subsidies for farmers, renewal of leases to assist farmers and their families.
We can see more development regarding the roads, the water supply, even the town and cities. There will be a more development going on, and it will be continued. Thank you.
I think they are doing well for so far, for education and for road improvement and for everything for the public.
For the first time, young people are given the opportunity to take advantage of Fiji's agriculture potential through its scholarship program, where $500,000 has been allocated to assist graduates of the program to run a farm of their own, of which 49 students had graduated last year. $5.7 million has been allocated to enhancing food security. Programs across the country in the sectors of ginger, vanilla, rice and small businesses. With fisheries contributing to around 2.8% in GDP and 9.7% in total export earnings, $2.2 million has been set aside to improve the overall sustainability of Fiji's fisheries sector. In ensuring that Fijians have access to better affordable housing, government through its first ever national policy has worked towards upgrading 2,291 squatter upgrade and resettlement in areas such as Nakasi, Lakena Hill, Daumbati, Omkar and Bangladesh, lots that now have access to proper sewerage, walkways, electricity and even garbage collection. Village housing schemes that benefit those living in rural communities, rural housing projects with $1 million allocated towards assisting families through the village housing scheme, and the public rental board where 933 families have been provided with low-cost housing, families who finally have a home of their own.
Kimosto kakat ba unta butu kakat beliu karabir na lubiang gudal bita dingo na makumbongo karab tokon dona balelay insekito so may dolo yung oso may tuman dona balenaka maraw ni alongo yung mangrab.
Today, government services are more readily available to more people than ever before. With social welfare has been reformed to give more assistance to the neediest, every Fijian has been given an equal opportunity to succeed in life. From senior citizens 70 years and above who are now assisted under the social pension scheme to resource centers, creating employment opportunities for women and youths around the country. From bus fare concessions to food vouchers for pregnant mothers. From the creation of violence-free communities that promotes a safer and secure environment for women and children to women empowered and trained as solar engineers to help remote communities have access to solar lights. As Fiji progresses in strengthening multi-sectoral development in the various sectors of trade and economic growth, changes have begun to take shape. It's developments like these that are linking people and communities and are part of government's responsibility in transforming Fiji. From the economic reforms which have re-engineered Fiji's recovery, latest statistics from Fiji's Reserve Bank has indicated that the Fijian economy is expected to grow by 3.8% this year.
The reality is we've had a large growth over the years. That growth has continued to grow as we move forward, and we're starting to see a lot more applications come through. I would say that the confidence in itself is very high. We're now looking at trying to guarantee the quality of that investment, making sure the investors are bringing in employment for the country, the FDI is of a credible source, and also trying to encourage the investors to invest further in the industries or sectors they're involved with.
With Fiji largely an agrarian economy, its agricultural budget for 2014 was $62.4 million, focused on a demand-driven approach in terms of ensuring that there is food security and crops for the nation's export promotion program. More and more farmers are showing interest in reshaping and developing our economy, especially with the latest incentive of encouraging young farmers to venture into large-scale commercial farming. With infrastructural upgrades to roads and bridges that connects communities around Fiji's agricultural sectors to major towns and centers, these have become catalysts for growth that enables farmers to transport their produce, be it ginger, ndalo or vegetables and fruits, for sale at the local market or for export purposes. With Fiji's fisheries sector also an income generator for communities along the coastal parts of Fiji, a concerted effort has taken shape in the strengthening of inshore fisheries that supports projects such as seaweed development to freshwater aquaculture. Projects like these have and continue to improve the livelihoods of many people living around and near the coastal fringes of both Vanuatu and Viti Levu. From empowering Fijians in the fields of education, health, employment or roads, increasing opportunities to improve the quality of lives has been the cornerstone of government. As a nation, Fiji has advanced the aspirations of its people by reshaping her future for a better tomorrow, a future that is secure, and has created platforms allowing all Fijians to participate in the new, changing landscape.